So now to really see how this lock works, let's put back on the flint jaws. Pulling back this hammer is way easier than before. And when I pull it back, you can see that this arm interfaces with this sear holding it in place. And now when I press the sear, it releases that arm, allowing the hammer to roll forward. But let's slow it down and take a closer look, because it took me a while to actually understand what was going on. And I'll just note, I think it's really quite amazing that all of these parts were hand forged and hand fit together. So let's start from the beginning. This is obviously the mainspring, which is applying a force on this tumbler, which is attached to the hammer and makes it want to roll forward. You can see how this works when I pull the hammer back. But this arm here actually has a platform that extends through the plate to the other side. And this sear spring here is applying a force to this arm, which rotates about this pin. So when I pull this back, this little platform from that arm extends and keeps the hammer in place. And what's interesting is that this little platform doesn't actually lap over this ledge, but it creates enough of a barrier to keep the whole hammer from moving forward. And so now when I release this, the force of that mainspring overpowers the force of that smaller sear spring, and the hammer pushes that platform back as it rolls forward. And this is how the trigger would sit inside the stock and would engage with the sear. And now to look at it in real time. So obviously I'm missing a couple of components, but this is generally how it would work. The hammer would fly forward and it would hit the frizzen, which isn't there. And on another note, I have no idea if this is some kind of maker mark. It sort of looks intentional, but I could be totally wrong. Something else that I found interesting was this here. So when I was cleaning this, it was totally seized up. I noticed that this was a pin and this was an arm, so now it can actually swivel like this. So to me, this seems like a sort of pan cover to contain your priming charge. Although the frizzen is missing, I don't believe they function like a Brown Bess or a Kentucky rifle where the pan cover is actually sort of built into the frizzen. So I guess when you were ready to fire, you would actually have to make sure that the cover was shifted forward. Although I have a feeling there may have been a built-in mechanism in this Snaphance that automatically pushes this cover forward. It's also interesting that this cover looks uneven, but it actually meshes perfectly with the back side of the pan. But now it's time to put it all back together.